Hello everyone, I am Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English. In our today's video, we are going to understand why are Pakistan and Afghanistan, particularly Pakistan and Taliban, fighting with each other, right? The notes that I will be using in this particular session, if you want to download them, they will be made available on a particular Telegram channel called as ATS Live. So you can go to this Telegram channel, download the notes, and while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. Let us start by understanding the context of our today's discussion. I need to understand the Afghanistan's foreign minister Amir Khan Muttaqi is on his official visit to India. And during his official visit to India, he made a statement. He said that Kabul wants peace with Pakistan. But in case if Pakistan does not want peace with them, they have other means to achieve this peace and bring down the Islamabad government to negotiations. Now, this statement became very controversial when it came to Pakistan. First, a Talibani foreign minister is on his official visit to India, where they have tried to reorient India's relationship with them. And in retaliation to this activities, the Pakistan conducted an airstrike in the hideouts of Tehreek-e-Taliban in the regions of Afghanistan. So this attack that was done by Afghanistan, which killed many soldiers from the Pakistani army, was seen as a retaliation of violating the sovereignty of Afghanistan. So this is the context on which we are going to base our today's discussion. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. Why this attack became a cause of tension between Pakistan and Afghanistan. First of all, Afghanistan has accused Pakistan of killing many people belonging to Afghanistan in its Kabul and Paktika province, which is in Afghanistan. And the Pakistani side have alleged that this area was providing hideouts to the terrorists belonging to Tehreek-e-Taliban. Tehreek-e-Taliban of Pakistan, you can say, is a franchisee of Taliban in the region of Pakistan. Now, Pakistan, being Pakistan, they have not officially confirmed this airstrike, but we have all know which side was behind this attack. Now, this violation coincides with many significant events which are going on in the region. The most significant event is reapproachment of Indian government towards the Taliban-led Afghani government. And this diplomatic engagement between India and Afghanistan has made Pakistan uncomfortable. And this has increased its problem of security dilemma. And that is, as a way out, Pakistan does not know anything. It only knows violence. So it has done violence in Afghanistan. So this is the immediate cause. Now you need to understand where this attack happened. This attack happened very near to the borders of Afghanistan with Pakistan, which is known as Durand Line. And this attack happened in Paktika province as well as Kabul province, which is very near to the border areas of Afghanistan and Pakistan, highlighted by Durand Line. So this is the region of attack. Now this region of attack would become very crucial as we go in our today's discussion. Now, first of all, let me give you a brief on what organization that Pakistan conducted an attack on. This organization is called as TTP, which is the abbreviation of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Now, this is a terrorist organization which was founded in 2007 under Baitullah Mahsood, and this was done after Pakistan conducted military operation against Al-Qaeda linked militants after getting paid for it by the United States of America. And this killed many people in the tribal areas which is on the border regions of Durand Line. Now, the ideology that this organization follows is called as Deobandi Islamist ideology, which is a radical form of Islamism. And this organization wants to put away or replace the existing military-centered democratic system which exists in Pakistan and creating an altogether a different Islamic emirate in the state of Pakistan. So this is what the objective of this organization is. Now, this organization is basically notorious for conducting a terrorist attack on a Peshawar military school in 2014, which killed as many as 132 school-going children. In addition to that, it has conducted many other numerous attacks on security forces and its infrastructure, on minorities in the region, predominantly being the Shia sect of Islam. Now, you might think how this organization is able to conduct an attack on a military of Pakistan. The reason is this organization, Tehreek-e-Taliban, has access to many arms and ammunition which are modern in nature, which was left out by the NATO allies when they vacated Afghanistan back in 2021. In addition to getting arms and ammunition, they also have a strong ideological as well as ethnic support in the regions of Pakistan. Now you need to understand the region of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is dominated by people belonging to the ethnicity of Pashtun, right? So Pashtun people live in this area. Similarly, other very neighboring province of Pakistan known as Balochistan, it has people belonging to Balochi ethnicity. So these are people belonging to different ethnicities who live in many parts of Pakistan, and also Pashtun people live in Afghanistan. Now, these are people belonging to one ethnicity. On the other hand, Pakistan or the state of Pakistan, be it military, be it politics, it is dominated by people belonging to the ethnicity of Punjabi or Punjabi people, right? So that is why people belonging to other ethnicities in Pakistan and Afghanistan, like Pashtun, like Baloch, they have become quite afraid, they have become quite uncertain about the people who hail from the majority ethnicity of Pakistan, that is Punjabi speaking people. So this is why organizations like Taliban Pakistan, they have gotten a wide support base in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, because people living in these areas are Pashtun people, which are same as Afghani people, right? So this is the reason. Now, why has Pakistan's strategic depth backfired? Now, earlier, whenever there was fall of democratic government in Afghanistan, and it was followed by coming to power of Taliban, which is a radical Islamic organization, India saw this negatively from its implications on Indian interest. And this was because of the active support given by Pakistan's politician, and more importantly, the Pakistani army to the organization that was Taliban. And therefore, according to India, the establishment of Taliban government in Afghanistan was seen as a more friendly government towards the Pakistan and not from India's interest. And this is called a strategic depth of Pakistan. And therefore, to ensure that this government acts on the interest of Pakistan and acts against India's interest, Pakistan provided active support to the Taliban terrorists. For example, it provided them with training, it provided them with functions and sanctuary to Talibani leaders, and also wanted them to utilize their services in conducting terrorism and terrorist related activities in India's union territory now, that is of Jammu and Kashmir. So this was what is called as Pakistan's strategic depth. Pakistan utilized the services of Talibani militants and conducted terrorist activities in India. So this was what the earlier state of picture was in the regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan, which was actively and inimically against India. Right. So this was called as Pakistan's strategic depth. Now, when Taliban again came to power back in 2021, Pakistan saw this as giving them an upper hand when it came against India. So Pakistan expected Kabul to act against Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, and it did not happen. Why did it not happen? First of all, you need to understand both Taliban and Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, they share ideological affinity. In addition to that, they also share tribal ties. I told you both of them belong to one ethnicity, that is the ethnicity of Pashtun, and therefore Taliban is reluctant to act against Tehreek-e-Taliban at the behest of Pakistan. So when Pakistan conducted airstrikes on Afghanistan, Kabul, or the government in Afghanistan that is led by Taliban, it condemned them as an act against sovereignty violations of Afghanistan. So this was backfiring of the strategic depth which we have seen acted against India. How many of you can recall this image? This is an image in 2021 when then Director General of ISI went public and went into Kabul just to congratulate of Taliban coming back to power in Afghanistan. So this was strategic depth. Now we all know strategic depth of Pakistan has backfired because Taliban is reluctant to act against Tehreek-e-Taliban, which is conducting mayhem in Pakistan. So the fantastic tea that he is having, not so fantastic anymore. Okay. Now let us talk about why are they fighting again now. The biggest reason is the increased engagement between Indian government on one hand and the government of Afghanistan, which is now led by Taliban. I told you earlier, India followed what is known as moral perspective in its foreign policy. It refused to engage with an organization called as Taliban. But India's foreign policy these days have become more realistic, and therefore in order to protect India's interest in Afghanistan, as it has invested heavily in Afghanistan during the time of democratic government, India now wants to engage with Taliban without providing them, of course, with the official recognition. Now, this is followed by India's announcement of opening or reopening its embassy in Afghanistan, which is viewed by Pakistan as a strategic encirclement done by India against Pakistan. And as As you already know, Pakistan is only known for one thing: to conduct violence, to conduct terrorism, and that is why it has accused India of conducting or sponsoring this activity, which is going against the interest of Pakistan. And Tehreek-e-Taliban, we already know, have attacked many military installations of Pakistan in the past. Now, another factor is Afghanistan is trying to assert its sovereignty against Pakistan. Now, earlier, Pakistani government used to have its sway in Afghanistan, particularly when Taliban was in power, and this was called a strategic depth. Now we all know this strategic depth of Pakistan harmed Afghanistan's, particularly Taliban's, approachment with India. So Taliban, in order not just to seek its sovereignty, to protect its sovereignty, it is also trying to boost its domestic legitimacy by trying to deal with Pakistan on one hand and trying to engage more with India. Now this also leads to another fact that Pakistan already domestically is very unstable. I told you Pakistan's major province like Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, there Pakistan or people living in these areas are very discontent with the government and military of Pakistan. First of all, because they are facing economic crisis since time immemorial, and because of the turmoil and intervention of Pakistani military in the day-to-day politics. And this has created an active support basis for radical organizations like Tehreek-e-Taliban, which are conducting attack on the military as well as politics of Pakistan, right? So this is why they are fighting now. Now, what is the implication of this fighting on the broader regions of Afpak region, right? First of all, let us deal with how it impacts Pakistan. Now, I told you one of the biggest challenge that Pakistan is facing right now is domestic crisis because of the domestic turmoil. And this added to the fact of two-term challenges or two-front challenges. First of all, Pakistan is actively involved in border hostilities. Earlier, it was involved in border hostilities with India during Operation Sindoor. Now, it is also facing border hostilities on its Durand line, which it shares with Afghanistan. So, this is the first front challenge that Pakistan is already facing, in addition to another front challenge, that is the propping up of internal militancy because of the political discontentment in Pakistan. And because of this domestic challenges, Pakistan is facing pressures from its allies, be it US, be it China. Otherwise, they won't invest in the region. Now, this also creates implications on Pakistan's allies in the region, most prominently being China as well as Gulf states. Now, these Gulf states and China, they want to increase their investment in Pakistan, but they can only do so when there is peace and tranquility in the region. On the other hand, we have already noticed that in addition, instead of peace and tranquility, there is violence and turmoil in the region. And therefore, these allies of Pakistan, they want stability for their economic projects to be executed, be it the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or the Belt and Road Initiative, including the setup of Ghadar Port in Pakistan. Now, there's also a risk of terror spillover. For example, if the terrorism which is going on in the Afghanistan-Pakistan region, if it is not controlled, it can eventually spill over to the regions of Central Asian republics or in the Xinjiang province of Pakistan or in Xinjiang province of China, which they have already tried to control. So this is why Gulf state and China's, which are allies of Pakistan, they are also afraid of increased spillover impacts of this terrorism which is going on in the Afpak region. Now let us talk about what is the implication for India in this region. Now for India, it allows, or this kind of disturbance or this kind of lack of good relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan, it allows India to increase its approachment with Taliban. And this also would provide India the strategic re-entry into Afghanistan, which has already disrupted because of the topple of the democratic government. Now, India could use this opportunity to create development and diplomatic channels with Afghanistan, with Taliban in particular, which can do away with which can counter the Pakistan's increased influence in the region. Similarly, at the same time, India also need to understand that it needs to tread carefully. First of all, what is India's strongest position against Pakistan? It is the use of Pakistan and its army, how it supported terrorist activities in India. So when Pakistan tries to portray that it is India which is creating disturbances in the region, India should try to move away from this argument so that not to be dragged in the narrative which is created by Pakistan, right? So this is the implication of this development on India. It allows India to re-enter into Afghanistan. It allows India to mend its relations with Taliban and ensure its interest, economic interest, security interest in the region is taken care of with increased reapproachment with Taliban. Now, before solving the PYQs, we have something we needed to tell you. This is the resolution batches for 27 and 28. Now, students who are looking to give exams in 2027 and 28, you can obviously take admissions to one of our batches. We provide batches in bilingual, English as well as Hindi. So whatever medium of language or teaching suits you the best, you can take admissions. But before that, you need to keep one thing in mind. That is, if you use the code ATS Live, it would allow you to get maximum discounts on not just this, but on all the courses that are offered on the platform. So use this code, get maximum discounts and enroll yourself quickly. Now let us try to solve the questions that have appeared in the exam. For example, consider the following countries. How many of the countries above these 5 countries share their borders with Afghanistan? Now this is a very easy question. Where is Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan is located very close to Caspian Sea, right? So this obviously would not share its boundary with Afghanistan, which you can even show from the map. How many countries shares its boundary with Afghanistan? In the west, it is Iran, then Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, China, India and Pakistan. So these are the countries. Can you see Azerbaijan anywhere? No. Can you see Kyrgyzstan anywhere? No. So obviously these two options would be eliminated. Now first obviously isn't true. So you can eliminate A, B and D. Therefore option C is your right answer to this question. Okay. Now there is one more question before conclusion, which is a area which is sometimes seen in the news. It can be related to which country? This question says Aleppo is in Syria, correct? Kirkuk and Mosul, both of them are located in Iraq. So second and third statements are incorrect, or second and third pairings are incorrect. Mazar-e-Sharif is an important area in the northern part of Afghanistan. India also had a consulate there, which was very important. So this is correct. So first and fourth pairing is right, and we have to identify the correct matched pairing. So option B is your right answer. So this is how map based questions can be asked on a area which is in news. And I told you which areas were in news. The province of Pakistan, that is the Paktika as well as Kabul. So question might appear on Paktika, recently news is in which country, right? So you'd be in a position to answer this. Now, once again, what is the importance of development of Chabahar port? Chabahar port was in news recently. Chabahar port is an Indian made port in the country of Iran. And why we have made port there? Because it would allow us to bypass Pakistan entirely whenever we have to supply goods and services to which country? To Afghanistan. So therefore, India will not have to depend on Pakistan for access of Afghanistan, and Central Asia is the right answer. Option C is your right answer. So this is how we have solved important questions just by understanding a current event. So that is why I ask you all to watch such sessions in the similar way in future. And once again, if you want to download the notes, this is where it will be available. So once again, let me take your permission. I wish you a very good day.